We are operating on a frequency of 52 megacycles by authority of the Federal Communications Commission. A test program follows.
To you who've been trained technically, I need hardly say that there's still a number of problems to solve. I guess you know them as well as anybody knows them. But I think we've proceeded far enough to justify the statement, at least, that these technical problems are not insurmountable.
Well, there we go. Here we go now.
There we go.
So is the pre-game issue here?
No. This is the one that OBS didn't record anything.
That's so kind of it.
But there is a can't touch this breakdown.
So for the third matchup here at KOTE 7 4th round, we have two high sus decks: the Simple Prodigal of Scroll Hill and Wiederhocke Messaggera di and something probably in Italian that I cannot pronounce, so I won't try it. So maybe I could start with our KOTE, with the Simple Prodigal of Scroll Hill, and then we could go to Mass Mutation.
The level of jealousness in myself is so high. It's so high. I love the KOTE deck. Hopefully you can describe it well.
Yeah, this is actually, if I would ever play a KOTE deck like this, it would be just playing a KOTE Dream deck. We have a pretty high efficiency with our lab work, library access and double wild wormholes. There are hardly any cards that I would hate to see from the wild wormholes. So almost every time I play wild wormhole, it will be something nice for me. Our logos also with this lab work helps us to archive some cards for next big turns. Like for example, I could archive some Too Much to Protects. Maybe I could archive Key Charge, or maybe I could archive Mimicry because it could be crucial in some matchups. Also, Death Shadows is bonkers. We see scaling hamburger control in Too Much to Protect. We see some follow-up to Too Much, like Urchin. We could go with Finishing Blow. We could go always with Miasma to force our opponent to forge some to make some more ember and stopping him from or her from forging key. And this Untamed is a Dream Untamed because we see Key Charge followed by double Dust Pixies, by double Nature's Calls, by Fertility Chant. It could be a blast to play Fertility Chant into Key Charge, so our opponent won't use this 2 Ember because we are forging our third key with Key Charge Fertility Chant combo. But on the other side of the ring, we see 90 SAS Mass Mutation deck. Robic, what do you think about this monster?
Yes, as you said earlier, actually Mass Mutation decks are the hardest to deconstruct because of lack of knowledge. But first thing that strikes is the efficiency. 30 efficiency is actually hard to see in even the best KOTE decks like the Pink Fraud basically. And what it means is that we will actually play the whole rotation of cards probably twice in the time that our opponent will play their deck. So the expected Ember, which is 18, is probably twice as big. Also what strikes is the thing that we have Matter Maker, which makes us play the Pain Mail, Soul Keeper, and like all the upgrades in the house you want, in the active house, right? The Grim Reminder to get some logo stuff, or maybe, and the Garcias in Star Alliance, because what I see, I lack a little bit of Ember control, which can be really, really painful, especially against the deck with 34 expected Amber and 24 printed Amber in the simple Prodigal. But yeah, I feel like the autoencoder redacted. The artifact are key. You have the custom office, so probably if you can play it first turn, will be hard. But the thing I have also is the really great board control. So I feel like maybe not in this matchup, but overall, the deck is really nice because it has everything probably except artifact control. And I feel like maybe not in this matchup, but it's great to pilot this deck because it's really fast. You can play many cards from other houses in the active turn. Yeah, but I don't see myself winning here. So what is your percentage for this deck?
I would say that 80% of the games would be won by the simple Prodigal of Scroll Hill. So KOTE for the win here.
I would give it even a 90% just because I can't go more than like 6 because of the too much to protect with paired with Miasma, and you can just straight rush me because I can just don't throw the Sensor Chief Garcias, right? So yeah, in this matchup it's actually pretty brutal, but overall this mass mutation deck looks really nice.
Yeah, and it looks really fast and really fun to play. A lot of cards in one turn. Okay, so I think that we could agree on 85 to 15. What do you think? Yep. Okay, so thank you very much, and see you next week.
So thank you to Can't Touch This again for a great breakdown and review of the decks. We do appreciate all the work they put in. And we'll see you next week as well. Well, not next week, the week after.
And despite the SES difference, they're putting these guys at a 85% chance of winning.
Interesting.
Yeah, very interesting. So Archon Atlas and Shadowblade. Very strong opening for Archon Atlas here. Just drops the fertility chant going, bring it on. Kronos, one of my favourite creatures from Mass Mutation. Just turns every draw pip into an archive. Getting me Archivist, Exploiter, Wild Wormhole, lab work on the Wild Wormhole's a custom office. That's a nice little pip. Don't think this deck had too many artifacts though.
I think they're all out.
This library access is popping off. Let's look at all these cards coming in. Uses library work and sets up 6 cards and just went through so many cards there. Disruption Field is going to be a nice little upgrade to have because it's going to keep making the keys cost more. But Archon have got this first key quite. Actually, no. Gleeful Mayhem onto Anguish. Yeah, that denies the key. Not a bad play there coming in from Shadowblade. But we know that they've got the Relentless Whispers there ready to just kill that Anguish. Pops the Kronos and the Cinder back. Gets up to 11 Amber. Has the key charge as well as 2 more pips in hand. So the second key is pretty much assured as well. But Shadowblade not wanting to be outdone. Drops Disruption Field on Hadwin. Drops Stunner, drops New, and now Heldwin Oswin, Hayden Oswin gives you, when it reaps, it gives you 1 extra Amber for each upgrade on it. There's currently 2, so that will be a free Amber reap.
So the question is, do you key charge now? I would, but would you key charge here? I would.
I definitely key charge. If you can key charge, you do key charge, especially with the Disruption Field in play.
Yeah. And
it's better for your efficiency because you're going to be cycling through this deck. Does Pixie back in hand? Kronos, second. I do love a double Kronos. Redacted needs to come down quite early, and turn 4 isn't too bad. Dynamo bot. This Hademan Oswin is on the flank, and that Positron bolt is going to destroy it. Hademan Oswin needs to die here, and I'd be trying to protect that as much as I could. Painmail, Cinder, Double Doom, Technos, Particle Sweep, and Matter Maker. Right, nice. Ganymede, Chris Ganymede gets rid of Hademan. Does not want to get allowed for the second key. Uses anomaly exploit. Nice. And research spoke up.
Oh, have you seen that double Dew fairy with the Nature's Call above?
I have. Archon Alt is just slamming through this. And I think we still have the. Did I put a. I did. I put a nice command in there for Altus as well.
Oh, yeah,
Red Alert does wipe the board,
yeah,
but KOTE does not care about the board when it has 2 Dust Pixies and a Nature's Call in hand. Puts Paymail on the big twig. It's much better if your opponent has this as well, but Paymail is still one of my favourite removals. So reach the big twig, exhausts, Odd Claw doesn't want to get off. Boom. 9, 10, 12, 14. Yeah, that's a turn 7 win for another. Yeah, these games that the Urchins have won have been very fast.
Oh yeah, but the decks have been very fast decks though.
Yeah, the beginning was way too fast. Dropping the fertility chant early can be an issue, but the only way your opponent can really get around it is if they have the Infernus early as well. But yeah, the library access was absolute insanity. It just kept going and going and going. It was brilliant for the efficiency.
That was brilliant.
And the Shadow Blade concedes before we even get to turn 8.
That's great. Sportsmanship by them. Just saying,
there's no exit here. So the London Urchins with time take the win and maintain their position at the top of the Shadows group, which is it's practically nice that the London Urchins are the top of Shadows.
Yes, I hadn't thought about that. You're right. Why is my transition not working? There we go. So, I mean, this is an awesome few games here. I mean, it's great to see.
Go back.
Do I have to? I've got to find the right button.
Yes, go back, because at the end of it, there's always an extra long transition for the team.
Okay, give me a sec. I've got to scroll to the end of the video.
No.
There we go.
But it's right at the end. I work hard on these transitions.
And they do look awesome.
And when I say I work hard, I put like 20 seconds worth of time into them while I'm editing.
Yeah,
the Autocannon one was actually came off really cool because the way it does the cat. But
so well done to the London Urchins there.